And look what you got. Oh, it's recording. Yay! Okay. Oh, good morning, guys. It's Bernicia, aka Kanya Flybug, and welcome back to my channel. This is day 5 of my vlog, I think. Woohoo! Got this one and 2 more to go. I don't know. I might do some more. I don't know. But, because this is fun. I actually woke up this morning with a massive migraine, and I had 1 cup of coffee, and I got my other one here, and it's slowly going away. So, hello. Hopefully, it's just a migraine. But before I continue on with, well, it's not a rant, but a little chit chat, please like, click subscribe, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, robot talk, we all do it. Like, share, whatever. If you are new here, welcome. Hello to all the weirdness, because I say a lot of shit that people are like, what the hell is she talking about? And anybody who knows me, they know that's just pretty much normal. And if you're old here, welcome back. Hi. Anywho, so how are y'all holding up out there with this damn coronavirus? It's like crazy. Like, I was at work yesterday, and my client had an appointment, so we went there. When we got back, she has this neighbor. I don't know if the neighbor is still going to be there after this point, but she has a neighbor who they've kind of gotten into it, and we came in the door, and the kids are screaming and playing, and the neighbor saw my client and started screaming and yelling with the kids and running up and down the hallways, throwing pillows and just being obnoxious. And it's like, why are you doing that? It's like, you do realize that the coronavirus is going on, and y'all are screaming and touching and all sorts of stuff. So, like about an hour later, I, go and take out her trash. And when I open the door, there's a note on the door that, of course, is from the complex's office that says that there's someone in their building who has coronavirus. Woohoo! Great. So now I'm like, shit, have I been exposed? Oh my God. So you still hear all the screaming, and then all of a sudden, you don't hear shit. She was probably like, oh my God! And told her kids to get inside. She was probably drowning them in like bleach at that time. Oh my God, you guys have been touching everything. Yeah, and you've been touching everything too. You got your own house pillows out in the hallway. Are you stupid? Are you really stupid? Oh my God. I just was like, but we didn't hear a peep that whole time. And they were just really obnoxious, just screaming and like, oh my God, it was horrible. They were like screaming and yelling and running in the foyer and outside. And I'm like, I understand kids got to play and get their energy out, but in times like this, even like they say, quarantine yourself. So why are you out in the hallway? I thought that was so funny, but and she got a kick out of it too. She was like, ugh. But yeah, it just, and now there's a winter storm watch, and I'm like, wow. So it's supposed to start snowing tomorrow and snow all the way until like Friday morning. I'm like, and I don't quite know, because I haven't really looked it up, and I probably should, but that's just my, part of being lazy and lack of will. I've just, I don't really know, but what I heard was like extremely high temperatures and like humidity and stuff. The virus can't really multiply and do whatever it wants to do when it's super hot. So, but when it's like cooler, that's when it multiplies, and and I'm like, really? Okay. So with all this cold weather coming in, it's like, we're never going to get rid of this shit if that's what the case is. It's like, really? Hi, yes, I'm not talking to myself, I promise. Some person was like, how funny. Anyway, so, but yeah, if we just keep getting all these cold fronts, and unfortunately, it's like, you know, this is our season, especially here in Colorado. This is when we get, like, you know, we'll be getting snow until like June. So we'll never get rid of this shit. And then it'll burn up like a crisp and like not come back. But anyway, yeah. So and then, like, I mean, I'm kind of glad that, you know, as some of you guys know, you know, I had set, you know, or we had set our nuptials for this year in June. I'm so glad that we had decided to, like, put it back, you know, another year, because look at what the fuck is happening. No one would show up. Only 10 people will be allowed to come to our wedding, and that's not happening. So, yeah, no. So, hopefully by next year, at the date we want to actually, you know, tie the knot, all this shit is put behind us and we're good. Because this is some bull. This is some bull pucky right here. But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, my client ran out of bleach, so I brought some bleach, and I'm gonna do the, you know, make her some solution and start really spraying down her doors and just everything. I mean, I you know, she keeps her house fairly clean, and you know, when I'm there, I keep it fairly clean because I know how she is, and you know, and I try as much as possible to keep my house, you know, as clean as possible. I mean, we don't have a lot of traffic, you know, a lot of people coming in and out of our house, so, you know, I'm not super worried, but I'm still, like, you know, gonna give it a nice thorough cleaning, especially today, since I, you know, get off early today. So, but yeah, it's just it's crazy. I'm just like, I wonder, like, how many people I'll actually see when I, you know, get to my job today. It was like, you know, a wasteland. Like the other day, there was like no one outside, and usually there's like a little park across the street, and there's like usually bums just chilling over there. There was like 2 people over there, and they were quiet. I was like, ooh. They're like, you know, the bums are like, oh shit, this shit is real. Disappear. Yeah. I don't know where they disappeared to, but they ain't at the park. Anyway, so it's going on 8 minutes now, so I'm going to see if my camera's stupid again, if I've erased enough stuff off my phone, or if it's going to be like, you know, the maximum use time has been reached. It's going to shut off. Really? Why? So, I guess we'll find out. But yeah, so, like, I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, or if I just had, like, a touch of hypochondriacism, like, attacked me yesterday, because when we found out that there was somebody in her building that had it, I was like, I immediately started to, like, feel like I, you know, was getting a headache, and, you know, I was like, my throat is closing up. I was like, oh my God, I've got it. You know. I don't feel not fine. I mean, I think I'm still, like, a little freaked out, but I mean, if I've been exposed, what the fuck? I mean, I'm not around a lot of people anyway, so I don't think I've, you know, whatever. If I get it, I'm pretty sure I'll be okay. I'm just a little worried that if I do get it, God forbid, that, you know, it won't, like, hurt me too bad, because I have asthma. So they're like, yeah, you'll have respiratory issues, and I'm like, I don't need respiratory issues. I mean, anybody out there who has asthma, y'all know, I think I've stated this before, like in my video where I woke up and after I had my asthma attack, and I just had an asthma attack like a couple days ago, so I don't need this shit. I don't need this shit. You know, anybody who has asthma knows that it sucks not being able to breathe. you're like, and you can't get in the air, and then that makes you freak out more, and it's just like it's a terrible, terrible sensation. It's like someone covering your mouth, but you still, I don't know how to like explain it, but I don't know, it's a horrible feeling. I wouldn't recommend. I wouldn't recommend it at all. So that's the only thing that I'm really scared of, because I just got Cosmos, and I can just he doesn't like lick me on the face a lot or anything. I mean, he tries, but I'm like, nope. So and it's easy for me to close the door, and he'll go meow for a little bit and then go away. But or if I need to like lock him in the bathroom or something, and Matt's like, well, my immune system is like, it's the best, and blah blah blah, and it's like, Negro, please, if it's like, first of all, if you get it, because he's a previous smoker, so like his lungs and stuff are like compromised. It's like, and he still does like the vape pen. I'm like, yeah, you think your immune system is all that in a bag of chips until you get some coronavirus, and then you're like, yeah, I'm not gonna laugh or be like, I told you, but I'll just be like, how can I help you? While I'm like 10 feet away, like poking him with a stick with a mask on. Oh God. But oh. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know what else to talk about. I don't know. That was just one of the things that, because I wanted to like film last night, but it was too dark, and by the time I got off, there was like a little pink in the sky, and yeah, I would have blended into like the background. I would have been able to see me. You would have just heard me and been like, ooh, it's Ghost Bia, woo. And then like, so like yesterday, like, okay, so I've known my client like my whole life, okay, and I don't remember what we were talking about. But I said something. I don't know what I said. I don't remember it. But she was just like, she looked at me for like 30 seconds, and I stopped and looked back at her because I realized that she had stopped moving. Because she was like on her way to the kitchen or something, and then she like stopped and just like looked at me, and I thought maybe like one of her dogs was like impeding her like progress or something. But she didn't say anything. She just was sitting there. So I turned around and looked at her because I was cleaning. And I just looked at her, I was like, what? And she was like, you are so weird. And I was just like, yeah? Where have you been my whole life? Have you... You've known me my whole life, and now you finally are like, you're weird. And she's like, no, I'm weird, but you're... And then she said, you are fucking weird. And I was just like... She was like, I love you, but you are fucking weird. And I was just like... Thank you. Because whenever somebody's like, you're a weirdo, I'm like, oh, thank you. Because it's a compliment. I mean, normal is overrated. Like, for real. But oh, old people, watch out. They're like, let's just step right out and there's cars coming. What the hell? Vehicular assisted suicide. No, that's terrible. Anyway, so, but yeah, she said that, and I just started laughing because I was just like, you've known me like my whole life, so it's just now dawned on you that I'm a weirdo. We may have to have a talk if you're just now figuring this piece of information out. Oh, hi doggies, they're so cute. Oh my goodness. The little black lab and like a little white poof ball. And they're all like, but I wish I could remember what I said yesterday. I don't remember, but anywho. Oh my God. And then I have a little bit of a stiff neck. It could be just because I haven't, since they canceled all of our classes, I haven't really done a lot of exercise. And that's another thing. I'm getting a little bit depressed. I was talking to like my friend Tracy yesterday, because she was just like, it felt really good, because she was like, well, one of the other girls in our Zumba class reached out to her and wanted to see how she was doing, because, we haven't seen each other in like weeks because of this whole, cutting the classes and, canceling classes and shit. So she was like, well, she did that. And so I was like, well, she, was like, well, I just wanted to check on you because I haven't, what? Why are you talking to me? Anyway, my car is trying to tell me something. I don't know. Anyway, I actually need a name for my car. I keep coming up with names, but then, I'll find somebody who has that same name, and I'm like, so, yeah, no. Anyway, so, yeah, I mean, she just was like, I miss you, and, I just wanted to check and make sure, because I know you've been through a lot lately, and, and I know for me, I'm kind of going through withdrawal because of not going to Zumba and stuff, and I was like, and I did. I was like, I almost started tearing up. I was like, it makes you feel good when there's somebody who cares enough to, like, check up on you, and actually, they're not just like, oh, how you doing? All right, thanks, bye. And they don't, like, continue, that's somebody who, like, really doesn't give a crap. They're just, I don't know. I don't know why there are people like that, but, I mean, because when I check up on people just like her, I'm like, hey, how are you doing? And they're like, oh, I'm okay. And I'm like, no, are you sure? Like, how are you doing? And I'll put the emphasis, you. And they're like, well, I'm like, see, you weren't okay. Stop lying to me. Just tell me what's going on. Maybe I can help, or at least give you some sympathy or empathize with you or something. Apparently you need something if you're like, well, yeah, well, come on, bring it on, give it up. So that just made me feel really good. And so I was like, well, so I think what I'm going to do is either on my Insta or on Facebook, I'm just gonna, since I haven't seen anybody, I'm just gonna shout out to a whole bunch of people that I haven't seen in a while, in like 2 weeks. And just be like, I miss you guys' faces, and, I mean, just throw it out there. I mean, it's personal if I'm shouting their name out, but it's kind of impersonal because I'm not just doing it directly to them. Does that make sense? But, I just kind of want to do that. So I think I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. Anyway, so what time is it? Oh, it's almost time for me to clock in, and I'm almost to work. So, and it's going on 17 and a half minutes. Wow. So I must have deleted enough stuff off my phone that it's not like tweaking right now. So without further ado, I just keep saying that now. I don't know what's going on here. But, since I'll be going into work, and of course I can't really, like, be filming, like, in my client's house, I will let you guys go. Again, if you like this content, or if you want to see more or whatever, click, subscribe, share. Please comment below. Feel free to comment if there's something that you might want me to talk about, if there's anything you want to know about me, anything about my hair. I mean, I'm going to be doing a video here fairly soon. Yes, I know I'm going to clock in. Crazy. I have to set myself reminders because several times lately, and I think it's because of the stress of the coronavirus and all sorts of crap, I've been forgetting to clock in, and I'm like, ah! So yeah, it ain't nobody at the office, so yeah, I need to really, like, dot my I's and cross my T's, because this is bullshit. Anyway, so, yeah, I'm interested to know, like, what you guys want to know about me and stuff like that, and I'll do, like, a video on that, or whatever. So, but again, without further ado, I'm going to let you guys go, and I will catch y'all tomorrow. Stay beautified. Peace.